Hey there. All right, so we're sticking with the same topic, guys. Okay, so I did a live and I had to cut it off because I was feeling like some energies were trying to still pull on me. Like I've done some, and this can happen sometimes, where certain energies will try to take over a reading, and it gets way too specific, and it's something that I've already said or read for before, and it's like, and there's nothing new with it, and it's like, okay, that doesn't get to have precedence. So I did a little bit of like had a little conversation with my spirit team, and I'm like, that's not fucking permissible anymore. Okay, we're not doing that shit. So, yeah, so we're gonna restart this shit and follow the instinct. And the flopping and flailing and being lost in the reading, yeah, that shit's gone too. So, okay, there's that. This one seems, yeah, there's that. Let me make sure. Apparently there was a couple in there that was reversed. I am more and more feeling like my children have been messing with my stuff, and they play with things or they touch it or they look at it. Like they get curious. Like kids come in my fucking room all the time. They go to my bathroom all the time and everything else like that, right? And so it's kind of like, anyways, because I don't ever reverse shit. And I go like this. So I don't have a way to turn things. And I'm like, and I'm just wholly convinced because there'll be some decks I'm like, how? All right, let's get started. Time to reflect and respect your boundaries. Okay. Let's pull this over. I'm loving this deck right now. And hello, dragon. You're the dragon. Let's get it. Embrace the feminine. Okay. Look at this. Okay. Come on. Wow. You were born to create. All right, so we're going to be breaking this shit down. Okay? We're going to be breaking this down. We're going to break it down. Breaking it down. Let's make sure we got it. Okay. We're going to pull on each of these cards. I feel like there's something, like a story to unfold. Oh, let's see here. Time to reflect. All right, we're going to whip this one out. Yeah. Yeah. I was looking at the self-healing oracle. My bad. Sacred Path Oracle. I'm going to pull a card for time to reflect. Hey, Kelsey. Oh. Prayer and inner peace. There's two for that one, they said. You know, this is usually one that I use. Victory. I love that. It's usually one that I use at the end, but they're actually using it as a clarifier. Son of a biscuit eater. A clarifier. So this is what we're gonna do. Right out the gate. If you don't like somebody reading from the book, fair warning, because I'm about to read from the book, guys. The pipe card speaks of inner peace that cannot be found through the balancing of the self, or that can be. I said cannot be. It is now time to honor both sides of your nature, male and female. Embrace the feminine. I love this. And to acknowledge the eternal flame of great mystery that lives inside of you. How you influence the lives of others depends upon this balance. Inner peace can be found through prayer and the understanding of your role in the world, in the whole of creation. You're born to create. Okay, let's see where this is going. It may be time to make peace with others or with any inner conflict that keeps you from seeing the beauty of your true potential. Yeah, I can see how this impacts money. It's time to make peace with any inner conflict that feels more appropriate because we've got self-reflection here. With any inner conflict that keeps you from seeing the beauty of your true potential. In all cases, the pipe card asks you to honor the blessings given by Great Spirit. It asks you to honor who you are and why you are here. It asks you how you can assist our world. In making peace with the self, these questions will be answered and the sacred path will become clear. Makes sense because earlier I was talking about a clear path, but it was just a weird ass fucking reading. Can I just say that? So it asks how you can assist our world. In making peace with the self, these questions will be answered and the sacred path will become clear. What is it that you contribute, right? And then victory. So there's a little bit of self-reflection. Again, reminding you that this is asking you to somehow it's a balancing of the self that they're asking you to do. They're asking you to balance both of your natures, masculine and feminine, and acknowledge the eternal flame of mystery that lives within everybody. Okay. And that your level of influence in this existence greatly depends on having that type of a balance. And it says world peace begins in the heart of each individual. So time to make peace with yourself, with whatever inner conflict you might have right now. And then 20. Victory, just so that y'all have this, okay? The war cry has been shouted and victory is assured. If you have received the counting coup card, you are being put on notice that a personal victory is in the works. You may have overcome a long-time challenge or conquered an opponent, so now is the time to share your victory with others. Whether the victory is one of a spiritual nature or of winning the lottery ticket makes no difference. You are to honor yourself at this time and be grateful for this blessing. So may also be about honoring and celebrating any internal conflicts that you may have overcome, any heart closing difficulties or problems that you've been dealing with that you have overcome, and to start sharing that. Sharing yourself, showing people that you are no longer the same, that things have changed. It represents the success of forward movement and the acknowledgement of right action. You have been true to yourself and are being rewarded for staying on the sacred path. Congratulations. Victory is sweet, but sweeter still when the spoils are shared with those that you care for. Share the joy of your coup with those who want to see you winning. Remember, warriors who had counted coup always take care of the widowed, aged, and feeble. The material victories shared bring further honor, providing another coup feather for those willing to give away. It is about overcoming something and helping others. There's something about your sacred path and being able to help others overcome inner conflict, to overcome the obstacles that stopped you, that prevented you from living a fulfilled life. There's some level of influence that you can have, but it's all dependent on, I feel like the self-reflection is asking you to see what you have, how in overcoming things within your life and within yourself can help others, and to share that with others. It's the idea of and the notion of that tried and true saying, when you shine your light, you give permission for other people to shine their light. Okay. And then respect your boundaries. Let's see where this one goes. That's why I was saying earlier, this one was like, and I called this deck Self-Healing Oracle. I was like, I don't know. I was looking at it. All right. Respect your boundaries. No shit. Self-love. Why are we bringing this up? For those who haven't yet had your victory, who want to have a positive impact in this world, in their community, it starts with the self. And the thing that I loved, I constantly see this in the spiritual community on Instagram and different places, even TikTok, and it's all about, worrying about the self and not, worrying about other people. And while that is true to a certain degree, people take it to the extent that, you know, that to protect my peace, I can't get involved in these other things, that the nasty things that other people go through is their battle and their spiritual journey. And it's just this weird shit where they take responsibility for their own peace, but they use it as an excuse for a lack of advocacy, for a lack of caring about things on a larger scale. I see it consistently. Like, if you want to change the world, you got to do something with the self, right? Yes, true, but it doesn't stop there. Because if you've reached the divinity within, then you see the divinity within others. And what you would not allow to occur, what you would not do to yourself, you will not allow to happen on a larger scale to others. And so your lack of action and participation in the world around you speaks volumes of what you have actually not accomplished within. So please remember that it starts with the self, but it never, and this is my saying, it starts with the self, but it never ends with the self. It is time to go beyond the self. And that if there is a level of influence you want to have on any particular situation, you need to go within to see what inner conflict is stopping you from being able to be the person that is able to do that. And on a very personal level, oh, that came out too, sorry. On a very personal level, I'm also seeing this like on a family level, where your level of inner peace and resolution of conflict impacts those that are around you. It's a trickle effect, right? It can be a trickle effect. And if you're looking and seeking to have a level of influence on those that you care for, then it starts with the self, right? But that once you've reached that place, how do I put this? Your example, like you shining your light allows other people to shine their light as well. Your example, like the way in which you choose to live and operate, will then have a ricochet effect with those around you, because you are then setting the example, is what I'm trying to say. And so I think this inner conflict strictly has everything to do with respecting your boundaries and having self-love and showing what that looks like to other people. Because when you honor yourself, and then others will know how to honor you. And it's almost like they're rising from victimhood is what I want to say. The Phoenix rising is rising some level of victimhood. They will bring it back around. I promise. Okay. It'll come back around. I know this has something to do with Sacred Traveler Oracle. Embrace the feminine. Embracing the feminine is allowing for the creation and not forcing something. Okay, they're bringing me to the egg. See how the egg is cracking, and how, like, I don't know if you've ever heard this, but there's a lot of times where people are like, do not crack the egg, let them crack it on their own. Sometimes, yes, you have to help out when it's gone on too long, but too many people are like, oh my God, somebody's moving, let me crack the egg for them. And you actually will end up, when you force something, you end up harming the situation. You need to allow things to birth in their right time. But I feel like this is also about allowing something to be birthed, allowing for something. I feel like I don't know why I'm getting this, but being in your feminine energy brings about solutions. So somebody may be in their masculine, and there may be inner conflict between their masculine and their feminine, and your masculine is trying to find the answer or solution to something. And that level of solution, like that level of trying to force something and make it and all that kind of stuff, is somehow not being respectful to yourself. Being in this aggressive, controlling, forceful, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to do it. Like somehow that it does not honor the self at all. And this is probably a situation not allowing, like someone believing that being in your masculine is the answer to a particular situation, and it's not. The answer will only come from being in your feminine. And here's the thing. You're not necessarily in your feminine just because you sit still on the couch and do nothing. Because if your internal realm is still churning and you can still feel the chaos going because you've got to figure this out and when's it coming and that's still trying to force it. That's still you're not in a receptive energy. You're not in the state of allowance. That's not a feminine energy. That is still toxic masculinity. It is, I will take control. Because I've even talked to family members about this. I'm like, if you're in a state where you're saying the right thing and you're going through the motions, but your energy does not match it. Remember, you're not in integrity then. Integrity is when your energy, words, and actions all fucking match. There's too many people that can say the right thing and go through the motions, but their energy is not in alignment with what they're saying and what they're doing, right? So it's like the undertone of this is, I gotta figure this out and this must happen, and it's like you're still in the energy of trying to force something, figuring it out, dissecting it. Your mental realm is not getting a rest. So you're not really in your feminine energy then. Hold the course is saying to me, like, having the faith is what it feels like. State of worry to me is a very masculine, toxic masculine energy. It's the misuse of your mental realm. So if you're holding the course, maintain the faith and believe and tread thoughtfully the way in which you maneuver. That's what they're asking you to do. Your solution is meant to come through the feminine. The feminine is meant to inform the masculine. And since she is the connection to magic and she's the portal for magic, you have to believe in magic. You have to believe in the possibility of things. And Starman Tarot for You Were Born to Create. If finances is an issue right now, this is the problem. I heard impediment. Your next steps will be revealed. You were born to create. Two of Pentacles. I just feel like the path, the appropriate choice is going to be, give me the Two of Pentacles. Thank you. Yeah, you've been waiting. You've been waiting for something to reveal itself. And it will. That's why the Moon card's here. It will reveal itself. The path will reveal itself. What is the Eight of Wands? You will be liberated from this feeling. The Four of Cups is the epitome of what I feel like we're talking about with this. When you're in a state of agony for the anticipation of something, give me the Eight of Wands. Is this speed or is this like... They bring me back to the idea of collapsing timelines. Like your path, just be patient, wait, be in the energy of anticipation or of allowance. Allow, how do I say this? Be at peace with and believe in and hold true to the idea that a solution will come. Okay? Because the path in which you can take forward, where you can step forward on, will reveal itself quickly. You will go from this apathetic state of nothing happening and feeling like you're not involved in life to freedom. You will be freed from this apathetic state. And the Tower is getting exactly what it is that you need. What were they? The perfect solution to the situation. And it's like, again, Page of Cups is the idea, like the cup is full, like you're feeling really joyful and wonderful, like happy about this, as opposed to the apathy, as opposed to any type of agony because you've been waiting and waiting and waiting and wondering where, like you don't. I feel like saying, I'm still a little bit sick, guys. I feel like saying like, there's a risk in the energy that you're at that you may not take it when it shows up, that creative. If you stay in this, something has to give, like this very aggressive, toxic masculine state of existence, then if something were to present itself, you may be in the of something versus the state of reception. You may not be willing to receive, because sometimes with the Four of Cups, the idea is that the Three Cups are there and you're not engaging in that, and the proverbial cup from the sky comes out and you're like, and you're just so like, no, like you're so in this need to control, the need to control. And so they're saying that I just feel like there's like fluidity and flow will open back up in your life. Joy will come in and your material needs will be met, because generally speaking, there's a fish that pops out of the Page of Cups. But whatever energy you're in is not the energy you need to be in. Things will balance out. I feel like there's this idea of having the money you need to spend on things, but also having money to kind of put away and have like a nest egg. That's what the Four of Pentacles is feeling like. And that's justice. Yep, you will have the Justice on the Five of Pentacles. And like there's this idea that the worst case scenario is over. You will be able to pull away from this worst case scenario. There's a divide happening. It's the idea of, we've been talking about the transition to a new timeline. Dead, done, over with. Worst case scenario, over with, a new beginning. Okay? You'll be able to pull away from this. You've got the Justice card and the Ten of Swords surrounding the Five of Pentacles. So this says to me, if you feel like money, if you're really concerned about money, you're trying to force the issue and you're trying to figure it out, that you may actually end up, instead of being like, shit, fuck, show me the way. Yes, something's going to come in. I know it. I'm ready. Because like you're in the energy of trying to control. So you might be like, no, not that way. No, 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 it has to be like this. Like the over analysis that toxic masculinity can do, thinks it knows better than anything and everything, even though it can't see every scenario. So too quick to react, too quick to cut things off, too quick to, you know what I mean? You're in this aggravated state instead of this state of allowance, a state of being, this, you know what I mean? This will turn around quicker than you fucking realize. Okay, we have the Knight of Wands with the Death card, and it's like this ending and beginning is going to happen and transpire faster than you realize. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else I need to pull. I feel like that's it. Like, I know sometimes we really, really want, like, will I have money by tomorrow? Will I have money by blah, blah, blah? And it's almost as if they're saying, like, you will get it way quicker than you realize if you like you're focusing on the wrong thing. Like, to have that answer would satiate that sense of the shadow self, the ego that feeds that toxic masculinity, that creates that toxic masculine energy that you operate from. And when I say toxic masculine, that's not a gender thing. That's an energy thing. Any fucking person can operate from that. Okay. So just remember that there's something about this that is keeping you it will interfere with the process of that coming in. Your need to control. If you want it to happen faster, stop trying to control. Step into your feminine. Believe that it will transpire and it will happen faster because one, you'll be open to it. You'll be receptive to it. You'll be willing to say yes to it. You'll be in a state of allowance for things to unfold as they need to do. This will be a quick turnaround. It's almost like the idea of people who are trying to swim to a certain spot. And a lot of times the fastest way to travel downstream is just to float and let the current take you versus you trying to, because you're actually, even if you think you're going with the flow, you're fighting against it and you're exhausting yourself in the process. And they don't want you to do that. They want you to embrace the feminine. Because what good that like loving the self and setting boundaries, like I'm not going to fight harder for something that's not fighting for me kind of energy, right? Like, so if you're trying to force something, why would you do that? We know anytime we force something, love, or when we try to like force, like I've seen people pile on the credits to try and get a degree faster. And it's like, shit goes to hell in a handbasket easy. Like you trying to force something, a lot of the time will bring you the result that you don't fucking want. So, and if you're constantly trying to control the situation, and I want to say it might be something as far as like something pleasurable. The Page of Cups is like a pleasurable thing, but what you don't realize is in something that's pleasurable, there's something more for you, right? But if you're constantly in the state of aggressive, need to control, micromanagement, a lot of times the last thing you do is allow yourself to enjoy something or be in the flow, right? So just understand that it may seem like, yes, the ego would be satisfied and satiated if they just said this time and this date, this will happen. But believe you me, that's actually not what's going to happen because your ego would be like, okay, and what can I do to do this? And I got to do this, and and this is going to be and it's like you will piecemeal the shit out of it to the point where you might mess it up. Plotting and planning, and this is going to happen, and it's like, oh Lord. So the better message is to get your happy ass in your feminine state, because that's where the creative solutions come from. That's the space in which you are able to create the life that you want. Sometimes the moment calls for us to be in a very masculine um, building state, like bringing something into reality. But generally, that only happens after the feminine has informed the masculine of the idea, of the creation. So, because when he tries to create from nothing, it's like trying to build something with no blueprint. Shit fucking goes wrong and makes the process longer. I'm just telling you out of experience, okay? Okay. All right. I hope this finds who it's meant for. Hope you all have a fantastic, wonderful day. And I will see you later this week. Please pray that my voice gets back. That'd be great.